Hey everybody, today we are going to talk about order of operations. So some words that you need to know. What's a numerical expression? A numerical expression is an expression that contains only numbers and operations. So it could look something like this. X squared plus 25 divided by 5. Okay, there's an example of an expression. Now, you might have said, well, wait, it's got a letter in it. Well, that's a variable, so that's really a number. Okay, so it meets the definition here. Next, evaluate. What does the word evaluate mean? It means to find the value of an expression. Okay, so in this case, I might be able to find the value of x. Or if I had something just simple like, I don't know, 35 minus 30 divided by 5. Okay, well, that would be 1. And I would have evaluated that thing. Put a nice division sign in there. Okay, because 35 minus 30, that's in parentheses, so I do that first, is 5, divided by 5 is 1. Okay, order of operations. It's a set of rules that tells you what order to do your operations in. Okay, we always want to make sure that everybody gets the same correct answer, and so we have rules for what order we do everything in. Okay, and the word you need to remember is right here, PEMDAS. PEMDAS. That tells you what order you need to do everything in. So the first word, P, stands for parentheses. We always do anything in parentheses first. So in this problem right here, I had parentheses. I did the 35 minus 30 first. E stands for exponents. Okay? So if you have any powers in there, like I would do this. If I knew this number, say this was a 3, I would do 3 squared first. Now, these next two, they don't actually, you don't do one first and then the other. You do these at the same time. So this is multiplication, is M, and division. And these go at the same time from left to right. You always work from left to right. So if I have multiplication and division in the same problem, then right, I do whatever's on the left first and then whatever's on the right second. And the same thing is true for these next two right here, which are addition and subtraction. So we need to do those from left to right also. Okay, so there's your order of operations. Always do parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication, division from left to right, and addition, subtraction from left to right. So, here we go. Why do we have an order of operations? Very specific reasons. We all want to get the same correct answer. Okay, so consider 12 minus 2 times 4. Okay, so I write down, might want to write this down on the top of the page. PEMDAS. I don't have any parentheses, so I skip that. I don't have any exponents, I skip that. Oh, I got multiplication. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 times 4 first. So this becomes 12 minus 8. And now there's really only one thing left to do, and that's 12 minus 8 is 4. And so that's my answer. Okay, if we didn't have order of operations, here's what could happen. Somebody might get this, but somebody else might do 12 minus 2 is 10, and then 10 times 4 is 40. And they did all, if you didn't have the orders of operations, they would have done all the math right, but they would have got a different answer. So we need to make sure we all get the same answer, and And our order of operations lets us do that. Okay? So yeah, like on this one, somebody else might have done this. They might have said, oh, I'm going to do this part here first. And they got 40. Okay? So that's why we have our order of operations. This, we don't want to do this one. Okay? All right, so use the order of operations to evaluate the following problem. 7 plus 60 divided by 3 times 5. Okay, now, I tell you what, pause the video, try this out on your own, and then unpause the video and see if you get the same thing that I did. Okay, so this said to do 3 times 5 first because it's in parentheses, so this becomes 7 plus 60 divided by 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, next, what do I do next? Well, my order of operations says I have to do division before addition, so I need to do this part here next. So 60 divided by 15 is 4, so this becomes 7 plus 4. And now I only have one thing left to do. 7 plus 4 is 11. And there we go. I'm done. So hopefully you got 11 when you did this. Okay, let's look at this one. So I've got parentheses, I've got exponents, I've got multiplication and division. So the first thing I need to do is I need to look at the parentheses, but inside the parentheses I have two things. I have addition and exponents. So in this case, I need to do the exponent first because it's inside the parentheses and it goes with addition. So the first step that I'm going to do here is going to be 2 to the third power is 8. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Now, my next step is in parentheses, 7 plus 8 is 15, so this becomes 30 divided by 15 times 6. Okay, now I have multiplication and division, but remember, you do those at the same time, but you always go to work from left to right, so I'm going to do this one first. 30 divided by 15. So this is going to get done next. 30 divided by 15 is 2. And now I only have the one thing left to do. 2 times 6 is 12. So you should have got 12. All right, so try these on your own. So pause the video, do these two problems, and then jump back on here and check and see if you got them right. Okay, so here I have parentheses first, so I need to do that. So 5 minus 2 is 3, so this becomes 9 plus 7 times 3. Now my next step is to do the multiplication because that comes before addition. So 7 times 3 is 21, so I write 9 plus 21. And then I just do 9 plus 21 is 30. Okay, let's go back and look at this one. I've got parentheses, I've got exponents, I've got division, I've got subtraction. So I've got all kinds of stuff here. So remember the first thing, PEMDAS parentheses. So I got to do 6 plus 1 first. So this is 15 minus 4 times 7 divided by 2 squared. All right, my next step is going to be exponents. Now, you might say, but Mr. Lippy, you have parentheses here. Well, that really, the parentheses is only there. In this case, all the math is done in there. It's just to separate the 7 from the 4. So this is really multiplication. This is 4 times 7 right here. So multiplication does not come before exponents. So I need to do this part next. Okay, so this is going to be 15 minus 4 times 7 divided by 2 squared. 2 times 2 is 4. Step 3. I've got multiplication and division, but I got to do the one on the left first. So I'm going to do 4 times 7. So it's going to be 15 minus 4 times 7 is 28 divided by 4. Division comes next, so I'm going to do this part here next. 28 divided by 4 is 7. And then last is 15 minus 7 is 8. And I'm done. Oh, that's not a very good 8, so let's redo it. That's a little better. Okay, you buy some foam spheres, paint bottles, and wooden rods to construct a model of our solar system. What is your cost? Okay, so you needed 9 spheres. That was $2 per sphere. You need 6 colors of paint. They're $3 each. And you need 8 rods. So that's $1 each. Okay, so we got to write an equation here. So the spheres is going to be 9 times 2. And then I'm going to add that to the cost of the paint, which is 6 times 3. And I'm going to add that to the cost of the rods, which is 8 times 1. Okay, now I've got multiplication, multiplication, multiplication. I'm going to do these from left to right. So I'm going to do 9 times 2 is 18, plus 6 times 3 is also 18, plus 8 times 1 is 8. And now I'm going to combine all these. So 18 plus 18 is 36, plus 8 would be 44. Now this is in dollars. Okay, because that's my cost. So my cost is $44. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to do lesson 1-3. You're going to do problems 1 through 37. Odd, only the odd ones. Okay, so there's the second page. And I will see you later in class.